Hi, guys. Welcome to the timeline therapy training. I'm really excited to share with you this training because when we're doing this work, right, whether you are a spiritual reader or a healer or a coach, it's very important to remember that most of the time, okay, when somebody holds on to a belief system that's not serving them, or they have things that self-sabotage their happiness and their own well-being, a lot of these times, these behaviors, these beliefs come from our childhood. Okay. And many times we don't even know that we're picking them up. Okay. I can't tell you how many times that I did these two exercises for myself, right? Especially the one that's in the PDF, where a memory will come up where I completely forgot about it for 15, 20, 25 years. But then I realized that something within that event in my life, not being scary or traumatic or anything like that, but I picked something up, a belief system from that actual event that really affected my whole life. And it wasn't until I became aware of it that I was able to heal it, that I was able to do the work, that I was able to shift my mindset and my belief with that particular thing. Okay. So this training has two parts to it. The first part, I'm going to show you a technique that I learned from Janet No Havoc. You know that I talk about her frequently. I love her. She's one of my mentors. She is one of the best evidential mediums. She's great. That I learned from her. So this is going to be something that you can either use for yourself, or this is something that if you are a spiritual reader, you can bring into your practice. If you have, a lot of the times for me, when I'm doing a reading, it's a very healing experience, and a lot of things can come up to the surface. And this technique really allowed me to kind of organize and find where exactly we need to work on. Okay, so we're going to learn that psychic reading technique, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about the timeline therapy technique that has been around for quite some time. And I've used this a couple times. So when we can put these two things together, right, the timeline therapy psychic reading and then the timeline therapy, which is essentially like a guided meditation that you can allow your client or yourself to go through to find that particular event that is causing chaos or problems within someone's life or holding onto a belief system, all that stuff. Putting these two together can really be an extremely powerful and potent process that will bring a lot of healing, a lot of clarity, and a lot of awareness to you or your client. Okay? So the first thing we're going to be doing is the timeline psychic reading, right? We all know that when we're doing psychic readings, intention is the most powerful thing, okay? So I always say to really hold the intention before any psychic reading that you are going to bring massive healing and awareness to your sitter. And this is so simple. It's like so crazy. So again, whatever you do, I'm sure that if you're a spiritual reader, you have your own kind of ritual before getting into that process of opening up to spirit. Do that and then set the intention to show the person's timeline, right? Ask how old they are. You ask how old they are. So for me, let's just say okay, I'm your sitter, so I'm 33 years old. So you just have that in your mind. And then with your hand, it doesn't matter which hand, you want to start obviously to the left, right? Like it's almost like a sheet of paper in front of you. And start to the left and just allow yourself to start at age 0, okay? And allow it to move through the timeline, through the toddler years, through the kid years, through adolescence, and just kind of notice if there's any blocks, any walls, anything that's, happening within that energetic field that might be of importance, right? So if you're going and you kind of feel a block around age 5, say it out loud. Like, oh, I feel like there's a block or something that happened around age 5. And then just keep going, go into, as however old they are, and just say what you are getting. Just say, oh, I feel some waves around this area. Oh, I feel a big mountain right here. And you would be surprised at how accurate your information that you are receiving is. Okay? So when you get that information, you're going to have some nice clues as to what happened during their life. Now, that's the first part. Now, the second part is the timeline therapy. Like, again, it's like a visualization guided meditation. And what essentially it is you figure out a limiting belief or something that's hindering the person at the present moment. It might be their relationship with money. It might be their relationship with men or women, or, or the feeling of not being good enough, okay? These are very, very common belief systems that many of us hold. So once we decide what belief system we want to tap into, you want to bring them into this guided meditation, which again is in the PDF for you. It's very simple. And this is going to allow them to see exactly where this belief system came from. So an example is I've been healing my relationship with money for over a year now, right? Like really diving deep into my relationship with money. And I always had this belief. I don't remember where I picked it up. I always just had this belief that I wasn't worthy of money. I wasn't worthy of a lot of money. I wasn't worthy of success. And it was very strange because I have a pretty good work ethic and all of that. And I had no idea where this belief came from, but it was very strong within me. So with the help of this timeline therapy, I was able to access the time where I adopted this belief system. And it's as crazy as this, guys. I was like 7.5 years old, and I was on vacation with my cousin who was around my age, and she lost a tooth. Okay. And we put her tooth under the pillow, and we slept in the same queen size bed when we were on vacation. So she lost her tooth, and she put it, she did the whole thing, put it under the pillow. And the next morning, the tooth fairy left her $40 for one tooth. $40. And I was like, whoa, I never got more than $5, and some way, somehow, this silly little event, okay, made me adopt the belief that I wasn't worthy of money because I never got $40 for a tooth. This 7.5-year-old girl that's is a sponge and is, learning as I go and just so susceptible to everything and all the events that are happening. This little minuscule event, made me hold on to this belief that I wasn't worthy of money because my cousin, she just lost a tooth and she got $40, but I never got $40. I never got more than $5. And now down the line, talking to my parents who were the tooth fairies, they said that, she lost her tooth right at dinner time and they didn't have enough time to like go and get change. And all my dad had was like $20 bills at the time. And he left her $40. And he didn't even mean to leave her $40. He meant to leave her 20, but they got stuck together and all of that. And, that's how the story goes. So it wasn't even like a traumatic experience for me. It was just an experience, So be very open to what you receive when you do this timeline therapy, because it's like, wow, You know, when that came up to me, I was like, that's crazy. I remember it so vividly. You know what I mean? Like I remember the sheets that we were sleeping on. I remember the room and everything like that. So I always say that, like, when we have something come up and we have a memory come up or a past life that comes up, it's coming up for a reason. Okay? We're having these vivid experiences for a reason. So don't question the things that you get. You know, and I know that's very, very, very hard. You know, it's so hard, and we're going to keep questioning until the day we die. But you know, I think that I have worked so much with spirit that I've realized that, like, everything that comes up in our experience, in our consciousness, is there, it's coming up for a reason. Who would have thought that my cousin who got $40 for a tooth would create this belief system that I wasn't worthy? But as soon as I knew that, and as soon as I started doing the work, that belief system went away. You know, I no longer think that I'm worthy of money. I know that I am worthy of money. So again, I just want to, like, say, like, be open to what you receive, because it may not be the thing that you think it is. All right. So enjoy this training. This is a great training, especially if you're a spiritual reader or a healer and you do one-on-one sessions with people, because this can bring a lot of healing to your client, and this can bring a lot of healing to you. So enjoy it. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.